Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're doing something incredibly cool. We are dissecting a complete end-to-end AI video generation prompt guide. It's called StarLedger, the Austin Space Pioneers. We're going to pop the hood and see exactly how a complex, cinematic narrative is built from nothing but text. If you've ever wondered how creators get those stunning, coherent stories out of AI tools, well, you're in exactly the right place. So the big question we're tackling today is, how do you prompt a 12-scene cinematic masterpiece? Like, really, how does that actually work? We're going to use this source text as an absolute masterclass in AI prompting. And the techniques we're unpacking here, they apply directly to powerhouse platforms like Veo, Kling, Runway, Sora, or Pika. You see, it's not just about asking the AI to make a video for you, it's about engineering a complete sequence. To make this as clear as possible, we're going to use a strict blueprint approach for this explainer. First, we'll look at the cinematic foundation. Next, coding the characters. Then, structuring the narrative. And finally, the final output. All right, let's jump right into part one, the cinematic foundation, which is all about setting the global rules. Before a single character is even introduced, you've got to lay down the law. The source text uses these highly technical specific tags, things like 8K HDR, volumetric lighting, and shallow depth of field. It's actually kind of fascinating because there's a huge contrast here. The prompt aims to tell this very warm, human, family-driven story, but to get the AI to do that convincingly, it has to use these incredibly cold, precise, and technical lighting and camera commands to set the stage. Moving right along to part two, coding the characters and locking in that consistency. If you've ever played around with AI generation, you know that maintaining character consistency across 12 scenes is, well, it's practically a nightmare. So how does this blueprint solve it? By mapping highly specific traits to the kids, Arav and Anika, and their parents, Krupa and Sridhar. It ensures the AI remembers them perfectly in every single shot by refusing to just say a boy and a girl. Instead, it specifies, Arav is an 11-year-old enthusiastic young coder. Anika is a 14-year-old confident future entrepreneur. The parents are defined by their sophisticated professional roles and their warmth. This becomes a rigid, repeatable formula appended to every single scene. And it doesn't stop with just the nuclear family. The text explicitly includes the Indian grandparents, tagging them as loving, proud, wise, and supportive. This really shows how the prompt deliberately injects emotional, family-driven elements straight into those cold AI instructions. By defining the emotion right in the character prompt, the AI knows exactly what kind of facial expressions to generate when they interact with the kids. Okay, let's get into part three, structuring the narrative across the 12-scene arc. With the style and characters totally locked in, the source outlines this incredibly seamless 12-scene arc that physically and emotionally moves the viewer. We see a steady progression in scale. It accelerates from an ultra-realistic aerial drone shot of modern Austin in Scene 1 to a pivotal nighttime family discussion in Scene 7, then a technology conference in Scene 9, and finally visualizing a thriving settlement on Mars in Scene 11. It's a textbook escalation of stakes, all neatly broken down into manageable 5 to 8 second AI generation chunks. And the visual escalation here is just striking. Scene 2 starts off super grounded. The siblings are just coding on dual monitors in a modern home with some futuristic ambient lighting. But by Scene 8, the prompt escalates the visual scale dramatically, demanding a cinematic time-lapse of holographic data flowing around the kids. It actively tells the AI to widen the visual scope as their ideas grow. Now, right at the core of this narrative is StarLedger itself. That's the intellectual property these fictional siblings are creating. It emerges right in the middle of the story, in Scene 7, immediately after Arav asks a really profound question about the future of space ownership during a family dinner. The prompt uses a holographic projection right over the dining table to transition from a simple family meal into the literal birth of a massive tech idea. Now, to get the AI to generate this birth of an idea, the prompt doesn't just lazily say, oh, they invent something. Not at all. It uses specific action beats to instruct the AI exactly how this should unfold on screen. Step 1 focuses the camera on Annika's sketching on a tablet. Step 2 shifts focus to Arav coding. Step 3 brings in the visual payoff, the animated holographic interface appearing. It's just perfectly sequenced. Fast forward to Scene 11, and the prompt completely changes the environment. It feeds the AI these hyper-specific visual details: glass domes, advanced habitats, autonomous vehicles, and crucially, a pink Martian sky. By dropping in these vivid keywords, the prompt absolutely guarantees the AI generates a believable, ultra-realistic future architecture, rather than just giving us a generic, rocky red planet. It's literally painting the future that the siblings are building. Finally, we hit part 4, the final output and the cinematic finale. Look, creating a great AI generation isn't just about having cool visuals. It's about the feeling you leave the audience with. In Scene 12, the prompt brings the siblings back down to Earth. Literally. Step 1 has them standing on a hill overlooking Austin at sunset. Step 2 surrounds them with holographic projections of their Mars colony. This grounds the inspirational vibe right in their hometown while surrounding them with their futuristic vision. It beautifully, visually bridges the gap between today and tomorrow. Then comes the climax. It's dictated by the final 5-second instruction, which is purely about camera movement. The prompt commands the camera to slowly rise into the night sky, physically